Everybody, we are doing some butter chicken in honor of our Indian meal. So that every month I'm trying to feature a new cuisine in a special community called Family Meals in Minutes. We are doing a butter chicken. We have a little bit of oil in here in our pan. We're going to go ahead and get this heated up a little bit. And then we're going to throw our rice in here. So I have my rice currently soaking. And this is about ready to be drained. We actually wash this rice. You always want to try and rinse your rice if you have time. If you don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. And the reason you want to rinse off your rice the best you can is because rice is a starch. So there's a lot of starch. And also, depending on where it's growing, chemicals and stuff on it, you don't want to invest for letting it soak. Also, letting it will also help it to hydrate a little better. No, just a lot better for you as well. So I'm just quickly rinsing it off after we let it soak. Let it soak for 20 minutes. Not doing too much of a rinse because I washed it pretty good before we got started, about 3 or 4 times. I'm just preheating our oil. We're gonna go ahead and pour some oil in our stainless pan here and get that preheated for our chicken. Before we do anything with the chicken, we're going to just brown the chicken. We're using chicken tenderloin. Here we have our rice. We're going to go ahead and throw the rice into it to make sure you get all the rice in there. I need you to stir this rice. Alright. And while I'm cooking, I'm going to move this pan out of the way because it has to cook. It's going to get nice and warm. Alright. We're going to go ahead and we'll get some water boiling as well. I did go This also helps pre-cooking the rice like this helps to bring out some of the fragrance of the rice. We're just kind of stirring on around. We don't want it to burn too much. We do want that rice to kind of warm up a little bit, dry out a little bit. We'll turn the heat down. And our chicken here, I think, is ready, so we can get our chicken in there. And we're just browning the chicken at this point, getting our chicken kind of pre-cooked. So basically all we're looking for on chicken is between the brown and let me know if you use stainless steel pans or whole. I would love to hear it. If not, why not? You'll notice too, as you pre-cook the chicken, like it nice and brown, might shrink a little bit too. So depending on how many you're feeding in your family, you know, always add more in your tender, like about 12 tenderloins in here, maybe more. You want to make sure that you leave enough room in between them. So you want to make sure you leave some space so everything can get nice and even. We're flipping it. You don't want to throw it really. I'll show you guys what my little hack is. I don't have the spice packet from Pampered Chef. So I think our water is ready for boil. Whenever you rice, you want to make sure you're boiling water because that's going to help the rice to cook a little bit faster. So our rice. We want to make sure our rice is not burning either. I'll show you guys what our rice is looking. So I always do this every time I want to make the flatbread Pampered Chef. I forget that it needs 2 hours to rise. So it is rising. I quickly mixed it before I came online here. So we'll work with what we got, but we're going to let that rise for a few minutes. I'm going to turn my chicken up a little bit as well to get this done. So I'll show you guys, let me just flip these last couple pieces here. And for a good brown, golden brown color on the flatbread that I'm working on currently, may or may not make the night from as well. I don't have the butter chicken seasoning. So I found my local grocery store has a huge international aisle. So they have the butter chicken simmer sauce that we're going to use for our chicken in a moment. This makes it really easy to make a good chicken. So most of your Indian dishes have a lot of spices that are very unique to the Indian flavors. Onion, garlic, ginger, turmeric, tomato, chili powder, chili pepper, cumin, coriander, mustard seed, and there's a couple others. So if you're interested about Indian cuisine, please let me know. So this is what we're looking for, basically for a brown color for our chicken. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pour the sauce on the chicken now until it's ready. Brown the scraper. Here, brown a little bit of water. Here, just a tiny bit. And a little bit of water. So we're going to let this cook and simmer for about 15 minutes. sipping out the sauce. Alright, our water is boiling for our rice. So we're gonna go ahead. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and pour enough water into our rice, just enough to cover the rice. So I'll show you guys what I mean. So we'll cover the rice, let that simmer. We're gonna let that simmer for about same amount of time for the chicken. We are gonna add a little bit of salt to the rice for salt to help add flavor. Yep, good job. Alright, so we're just gonna let these simmer for about 15-20 minutes. So here's our flatbread. We'll just work with it and see what happens. And what about? Alright, we can see it.